the
you
first
were
father,
making
because you
one.
can't. Bro,
You
you
were
know this.
making one.
You know this doesn't make sense, brother.
No,
Come
you
on,
know that you're making a false
come on,
argument.
man.
You're making a
Come on,
purely
man. You know this don't make sense, bro.
no. Notice how you had to say speech. Notice how you couldn't say word. You couldn't say
Speech and
word.
word is the same to me. Just because
No,
you're making a distinction doesn't mean
well,
anything,
because
bro.
there is a distinction. Notice how Islam came 600 years after the truth.
Yeah, that doesn't matter, man. You stuck right now because you can't figure out who's talking at his baptism, bro.
And again, that's the Father. The Father can still speak.
Oh man, that's hilarious, bro. All right,
Yeah, because you're giving human
so
attributes to the Father.
that's cool. That's cool. So Jesus is the Son of God to you, correct?
Yeah.
God's divine Son. Yeah.
hmm
I don't want to put words in your mouth. So he is a prophet, correct?
Um, no, I mean he is prophetic, but he is not a prophet.
Damn, he ain't even a prophet to you.
No, he's God, Son of
Oh my
God.
goodness. All right. So since Jesus is not a prophet, I don't want you to go back on your word. So don't make a liar of yourself. I'm gonna ask you one more time.
All right.
Is Jesus a prophet?
Well, you said you don't want me to, my knowledge. And I would say I don't know.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. A prophet is someone who receives revelation from God. Is Jesus a prophet?
By that definition, yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah, the person of Jesus is a prophet.
So it took you all that just to say Jesus is a prophet, brother?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. How long you been a Christian?
a couple years now.
Okay, so you knew. You a newbie. All right. All right, so Jesus is a prophet. So I like examining things that Jesus claimed, right? So picture this. I'm in first century Palestine, and everybody's crowding around this guy. They calling him Jesus. Some are calling him a prophet. Some are calling him the Messiah.
Yeah.
And I get intrigued as an Israelite, and I go up just to hear what he's saying. And as soon as I get up on him, he says something like, oh snap, hold on. He says something like, God has a son. You agree with that?
Sure. There's a verse for it.
All
Yeah.
right. So specifically in John chapter 10, verse 30 through 38 is what I'm referencing.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there and Jesus says, I and the Father are one.
hmm
And I'm one of those Jews who pick up a stone. And Jesus tells me, for which good miracle do you want to stone me for? Which miracle or good work? And I say, hey, I'm not going to stone you for any miracle or good work. I'm going to stone you because you're a mere man claiming to be God. You track so far?
Yep.
All right. So Jesus tells me, he says something slick like, hey, those miracles or works that you don't want to stone me for, I'm telling you to look to those miracles or works because they verify that I am the Son of God. You
hmm
track so far?
I'm tracking.
All right. So Jesus, who is a prophet, is telling me, an Israelite, that God has a divine son according to your interpretation, correct?
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
This is what he's saying?
That's what he's saying.
Okay, good. I don't find that in continuity with the Torah. So I'm getting ready to hit Jesus with this rock. Can you defend it?
Can I defend what that his claim that it's
That
not
God has a divine son
from Old Testament?
from the Torah, first five books of Moses.
Speak. I mean, Old Testament says that the never says that God is one in an absolute sense. He is one in nature. Because, but most of the
Yeah, that's a
words,
Christian understanding. I'm a Jew, remember?
yeah.
So Jesus is telling me that God has a divine son. I don't find that in continuity with the Torah. Can you help me out? Because I'm about to hit Jesus with this rock. I'm trying to see if you can save him real quick.
hmm All right. So first of all, the words that say one is echad. You familiar with the word echad? And what does echad mean?
I'm familiar with it, brother. Get to the point. You're supposed to be showing me the divine son that Jesus is speaking about in the Torah. Go ahead.
Well, again, we can only support the unity of the Godhead, and there being
There
different
is no
parts.
Godhead. I'm a Jew, brother. Remember? I'm in first century Palestine. I'm an Israelite. Jesus is trying to teach me that God has a son. I've already said I don't find that in continuity with the Torah. So it would be your job and Jesus's job to go to the Torah and show me the divine son. Or otherwise, I'm going to hit him with this rock, my guy. No disrespect. But I'm going to give you a precept from the Torah of why I'm acting the way I'm acting. So when Jesus says this, what pops into my mind is what my rabbi told me about 2 years ago. He told me, hey, Deuteronomy 13, 1 through 6, that if a prophet or dreamer comes among you and he seems to be a good guy, somebody like this guy named Jesus, and he does a lot of miracles and all of his prophecies come true, yet he entices you to go after other gods or worship God in a foreign way, you are to unalive that prophet. You track so far?
Mm-hmm.
He also tells me, he says, son, look, that even if it's someone you love, like this guy named Jesus, your brother or your uncle, and they entice you to go after gods you nor your forefathers have not known, unalive this prophet. You track so far?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is telling me that God has a divine son. As an Israelite, I've never heard this. Can you show me that according to the Torah?
I mean, we can have references and prophetic speakings that there was going to be a son. We have Isaiah. Where is it?
That's not the Torah, brother. First 5 books. I gave you a precept from Deuteronomy. Please keep up.
And they had the rest of the Old Testament. Why only the Torah?
They did, but what the verse I gave you says, a God you nor your forefathers have not known. Is Isaiah my forefather? Is,
At the
is,
time
is
of
Isaiah a
Jesus, yeah.
forefather of Moses?
Mm, no. But when does it say
Right, he's a
Moses?
descendant, correct? So the verse says, God's you, Moses, nor your forefathers have not known, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is teaching me that God has a divine son. I don't find that in the Torah. And according to Deuteronomy 13, I'm about to hit Jesus with this rock unless you can help me out.
And again, from the Torah, no. I mean, in Genesis, we have the idea that God is united, but united in what way?
Yeah, that's a Christian understanding. Remember, I'm a
No,
Jew.
I know, but the word is there,
Okay. So
whether they
so
wanted to interpret it
so
that way or
so
not.
Jesus teaching me that God has a divine son is not taught in the Torah.
No, the idea of the Son is not taught.
Beautiful. So according to Deuteronomy 13 and 1 through 6, I'm gonna have to label Jesus a false prophet and I'm gonna have to hit him with this rock. Because now he's teaching me a God that is not taught in the Torah. He's teaching me a God that is unknown to the forefathers of Moses and the Israelites.
And again, Deuteronomy is talking about the people at that time. Is
Good.
Jesus living
So
during the time
is
of
this
Deuteronomy?
this is something that's supposed to go down to effect through all generations. So when he says God's you nor your forefathers have not known, he's telling them that your forefathers know a God who is portrayed at a certain image. All right. And you just admitted that that God has never said that he has a divine son. A prophet who's teaching me now that God does have a divine son is not the God of my forefathers. That is a false God.
And yet he still performs all these acts. And honestly, I can't defend that argument
He's
because
still
I'm not too well versed in this
all right.
section.
Well, can you bring me somebody who is well educated?
I can't bring you nobody, no.
All right, I need you to go search them up because right now you just condemned Jesus as a false prophet. So I'm gonna have to stone Jesus, brother. I'm not being disrespectful. This is what the Torah is telling me to do. Until you can bring me that divine son, or bring me somebody else who can bring it to me. All right. Thanks for coming. Dang, Joey, why you leave? I was gonna say thanks for coming up, bro.